Coming up next, Blue Origin's historic flight, and as Sarah put it before we started recording, books.
Books.
Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. I'm Sal DiVincenzo here in the studios with my silly colleagues, Sarah Fade.
Hi.
And Nicole Rambo.
We always get blamed.
I know.
How's everybody doing? Well, when the camera's not on, in between takes, it gets kind of wild in here. Anyway, welcome to the show. Just a reminder, if you haven't already subscribed to us on YouTube, please do, because we were looking at the analytics this morning, and like 80% of you are not subscribed, which is crazy because you're watching and you're not subscribing. So
Don't
definitely
be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed. Yeah, exactly. We won't bite. We won't bite. So yeah, definitely hit the subscribe button. Something that we would greatly appreciate. And if you like, comment on an episode. We'll actually respond to you, believe it or not. All right. Mm-hmm. So Sarah she's going to do something with books, but it's covered, it's shrouded in mystery here. It's a surprise. Mm-hmm. So why don't you go first, Nicole? Okay. So this way we can finish up this episode with Sarah's big surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nicole, you're talking about some
is this something you are interested in? No?
Yes, I am. I'm interested in
How do you feel about it?
About having
just say about it before anyone knows what it is.
Is that it? Yeah. Is that
good about it or bad about
question? Are you expecting me to say something?
Have you heard of this, Sarah? Do you know what Blue Origin is? So it's Jeff Bezos's SpaceX. So yeah. Jeff Bezos,
rocket company,
billionaires, multi-billionaires like to go to space.
Oh yes, well I've heard about people making.
Yeah, so we have Elon Musk, it's like SpaceX, Richard Branson, the Virgin Atlantic guy. Mm-hmm. He has his own thing.
That hasn't done a lot of
it. No, it hasn't. Yeah. But he does have his own thing. And then Jeff Bezos has Blue Origin. Okay. So they did, he's been up there a couple times. It's like suborbital, I think it's called. So it's not like they're going to the moon. It's like
enough for a nice weightlessness experience. Yeah.
So they are getting ready for their NS-31, their mission NS-31. It's the 11th human flight for Blue Origin. It's going to be leaving Monday, April 14th. So next week. Okay. And it's exciting, I guess, because it's all women.
There you go.
But are they going further than they've ever been before?
No.
Okay.
But it's what's this called? Like space tourism. You know what I mean? It's not NASA doing this. This is like tourists. So the people that are in the crew, it's led by Lauren Sanchez, who is Jeff Bezos' wife.
Uh-oh. I'm thinking there might be another reason for that.
I wouldn't do it, but that's just me. Carrie Ann Flynn, Katy Perry is going.
The singer.
Yeah, the singer.
Oh, yes, I have heard about this.
Gayle King, Oprah and Gayle. Gayle's going. Amanda Newing and Aisha Bowie. So Aisha and Amanda, they're both astronauts, astrophysicists.
They're legit people.
Yes, they're the people who are actually flying the thing. Probably
they're making sure no one presses any wrong buttons or opens the door.
And then everyone else, it's popular and famous and successful in their own right, but not necessarily science space people.
Katy Perry is a weird thing. I don't know why. It's just a strange pick for that.
He probably just likes her songs.
Well, they buy the ticket, I think.
Yeah, I know, but it's just not something I thought she would want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's publicity.
Yeah, I guess publicity. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then if you go on the Blue Origin website, it kind of tells you, they do tell you a little bit why about each one's doing that. But I noticed I have no interest in space.
But that's not really space.
It is.
I have no interest in rockets.
Atmosphere.
You're at the edge of space.
You're crossing. They are crossing the line, the international line that is considered space. So they do cross that line.
Is that the K line? Is that what that is? The K line.
Yeah, they spend 11 minutes up there and they come back down.
Yeah, it's all good.
But I have no interest in ever leaving the ground. I don't have any interest in going up. I don't have any interest going down, well, not
Yeah,
to hell, but in a submarine. I like to say
In a
on
submarine, yeah.
the grass.
Grass.
But I happened to hear about this because Olivia Munn, who's an actress,
Yes.
made some comments recently on the show with Jenna Bush has like a show, and she was like co-hosting, and calling the trip like tone deaf.
Really?
Yeah, she feels that like why are they doing this? Space exploration or going to space used to be to help with things down here. Like they were doing stuff up there that wouldn't help with stuff down here.
Wait, how much did you find out how much a seat costs on Blue Origins?
Anywhere from $200,000 to $400,000.
Yeah.
And that like we have enough going on down here, so why are they doing it? It's like a vanity project. And I agree with her. I mean, I agree with her. However, I just don't think people realize how rich these rich people are. Yeah. Like Jeff Bezos is so rich that flying for 11 minutes into space isn't really that big of a deal.
Well, Jeff Bezos made the company.
Yeah. And like
he's not just flying.
Like for him, but like, you know what I mean? It's like people are like so poor on down, or you know what I mean? Like there's so much economic disparity, and there is. I'm not saying there isn't, but like space tourism is the kind of the next thing, especially for these very, very wealthy people. So like, I don't know. Like I agree with what she's saying, but I don't think it's gonna stop it.
Well,
like,
Olivia Munn is also she has money. Like when she's not like,
but like her,
it's not like us saying this.
Yeah, but her money is like a duffel bag of money compared to Jeff Bezos' warehouses of pallets of money.
But Katy Perry is not like far off. From
no, none of these people. She's
Gayle King. I mean,
no, none of them are. But like Lauren Sanchez would be the richest because she's married to him.
Well, yeah.
So it's just like. It's Lauren Sanchez taking her group of girlfriends on like a yacht.
Oh, she's paying for them?
Yeah, or they paid for themselves. But either way, just all the money that it costs for this project to go off.
Not to trivialize this.
No.
But I just saw Jurassic Park again last night.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of we could have a coupon day for the like regular people that come to the park. Like,
Yeah.
That's what it would be like.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just like a rich family taking their friends on an expensive vacation.
Or like the submarine that went down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That did not
That's
end
it.
in well. But that was very rich people.
Yeah, and I think it's just like the next step in what rich people are going to do. Rich people have always done rich people things, and this is just like the next step in that. Whereas like Olivia Munn and people in her class used to be like, that was like the richest, whereas they're not the richest anymore, right? So now that we have billionaires and like I think Elon Musk has like $1 trillion, right? Yeah. So like, what are these rich people going to do? Like they've been on 1,000 yachts. They don't care about yachts anymore. They're going to space now. And it's just like, I just feel like it's the trend. And like, I agree that it's not great. Like, we have a lot going on down here, but I don't know if not going would make a difference.
Imagine if they just, I don't want to say like directed their evil,
Yeah, right.
but directed their energies to say eliminating ocean waste.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't putting billions of dollars instead of flying rich people to the moon. Space.
Yeah.
Or the K line, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Imagine if they like said, okay, let's try to invent like, balloons that don't kill animals or something. Like, hey.
But I think that like you have to deal with so many lobbies and so many people. Like, I just think it's literally easier to build a rocket and go to space than try to deal with like the oil companies with now if you're trying to do climate change, like, and deal with all these like big, like gigantic conglomerate corporations that take over the world. But it's hard. They all have interests in these things going.
But you don't think that building rockets with metal and the gas and everything, there's not interest in that?
Yeah, but they're getting the kickback for it. Like, they're involved in it. I think they're just making money on all of these things, and they're never going to stop. And like you said, like, directing their evil, and that's fine. Like, I don't think it's a wrong thing to say. I just think it's like an interesting conversation to have. And like, speaking of, like, cleaning up the oceans or more climate change, like there is Blue Origin promotes its rockets as eco-conscious, that it's a liquid hydrogen and oxygen, means that it launches mostly or emits mostly vapor water. But in 2023 their West Texas site was flagged for major methane leaks. So, and space tourism grows, black carbon particles from these rocket ships are going to be everywhere, and it's probably going to delay the ozone getting better, so it's going to like speed up or cause the depletion of the ozone. So there's definitely an environmental thing that's going to happen with it. I don't know. I just think it's like an interesting, because some people love space.
Yeah.
Like, you know, obviously, I mean,
Would you, if it was like
would you
ticket day at Blue Origins and you can get on for $5, would you?
I think like the first airline, the first, airplane kind of thing, I'm going to wait until I get it, until I get it right. Do I hope in my lifetime? I really do think in my lifetime, there will be a time where I will be able to go to space. Definitely our children will be able to go to space. Whether or not it's practical, like something that I would want to do, I don't know.
yeah.
I would not go on this thing.
Right.
Can you imagine all the nagging on the way up? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Sal's email is...
I joke. I kid. No, but yeah, I feel like this is not quite there yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
This one, like SpaceX, I feel like they've been around a little longer. They've had a little more success. They have like this, and I'm not saying this is not safe. I'm just thinking it's not. It needs to be more regular, and this is not. It's very like spread out. Because when was the last? The last one was with Shatner, or was
I think so.
That was like a while ago, wasn't it?
Was it a year?
Yeah.
And a half?
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
So.
They were. One thing I read was it's like a flight from New York to London is about the same emissions. However, on that flight, say there's how many people are on a flight? 200. I don't know how many people are on the flight.
Well, speaking of practicality, so one thing that SpaceX is doing, and I'm sure Jeff Bezos is going to want to do it, is not so much using rockets to go to space, but using rockets to get from New York to London in 20 minutes or 25 minutes.
Oh, like the Concorde?
Yeah. Concorde was 3 hours, 4 hours, but this would be 20, 30 minutes.
No.
So
I'd rather do beam me up. I'd really rather my body be taken apart and reassembled.
no, what are you talking about? But that would fix Sarah. That would fix your
No.
because you would listen. It would be
knock
like
you out.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
I can't do anesthesia either.
20 minutes. Yep. They're
by
not going to
then
knock
you're
her out.
Just punch me in the face.
No. But let's say it's a proven thing, and they okay
I wouldn't do it.
to go somewhere cool like Japan or something like that in 25 minutes, 30 minutes from here.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, I think it's an interesting conversation all around, like what the future of it is and stuff like that. And then if a child, I just have like children's and teen resources. But if you're interested in space, and like I said, the two women, Aisha and I think Amanda, like they are scientists, so they're astronauts and scientists. So if you want to get into it more on that side and not just, save up for a ticket, you can go either way. Some good books to read. We have obviously Hidden Figures. That's a movie and it's also a book.
Yeah.
Astronauts, Women on the Final Frontier. This is a really great graphic novel about the first women in space.
Nice.
May Among the Stars. That's a children's picture book about Mae Whitman, I think, really. And she was the first African-American woman in space. And then NASA's website has a really great women at NASA whole like page and like a bunch of like articles and things about women in NASA and different ways that you can enter because it's not just like be an astronaut. There's so many things like in the STEM field that you can do that relates to space. So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I thought Olivia Munn's take was I have my own personal feelings on Olivia Munn, so I don't know if that also influenced how I felt about it. I don't know. I just think it's an interesting topic. My like whole thing is I just don't think people realize how rich these people are, and so them going to space like isn't a big deal.
Yeah,
it's not.
All right. Well, it is historic, like we said before, and I do believe that it is fully autonomous, so they don't have to press buttons or anything like that. They just sit back. There
must be some kind of like troubleshooting that might have to be
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think they just go up. They stay up for a certain amount, and then it comes back down.
Oh,
that's it.
I thought there was some.
No, there's no. They're literally all sitting facing each other to go up. There's no like control panel or anything like that. I do think the only thing that there might be is like an emergency escape.
Okay.
If they get down and for some reason like they accidentally land in the water or something like that, they can like blow the hatch. But I think that's all it is. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Very good. Well, thank you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you not watching, for the entirety of Nicole's presentation, there is a yellow cover over what Sara is going to talk about.
Sarah's
so I
big
can see from the side here that they are books.
Yep.
It's books.
But it is a surprise.
Yeah, it's not that big of a surprise. I think. Anyway, so I'm going to give you guys 2 plots.
Okay.
And you have to pick the real book.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
So the first book.
Are these romance novels?
They are. Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Book A.
So wait, before you go, Sara, do you think Nicole has read any of these?
Maybe. I'm
Okay.
sure you've heard of them
Okay.
in your rounds.
All right.
27-year-old Emily doesn't have a lot going well in her life right now. She dreams of a creative career but works as a receptionist in an auto shop. She longs for big city life but lives in a small town on Prince Edward Island. She craves a close group of friends but is stuck with irritating car-obsessed coworkers. What Emily does have is a 300-plus day streak on the New York Times Wordle. But one day, with only one guess left and no clue what the answer is, she's forced to turn to one of her irritating car-obsessed coworkers, John, for help. And in doing so, realizes that he might be so irritating after all.
He might not be so irritating.
Okay. Choice B. In Orlando's urban jungle, fearless parkour athlete Maya Torres lives for the thrill until rival freerunner Jace Ryder shows up and challenges her spot at the top. The rooftop rivalry sparks instant chemistry, but as competition heats up, so do their feelings. When a career-changing sponsorship forces a choice between ambition and love, Maya must decide. The biggest leap is the one into Jace's arms.
So now what are we supposed to do?
Pick the real book.
I see. So each of these descriptions, one is a real book, and one is something that
I made up.
you made up. Okay, I'm going to guess that the wrong one, the one that's not real, is the Orlando one.
I think that one might be real. But I also think the other one is real. I think they both exist.
Oh, it's a trick. It's a trick.
No, I think Sarah doesn't even know that the other one exists. Because there's literally a book about everything. I think the second one exists just because it has a little bit more to it. The first one I can see there was.
Just pick a book.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'll say Orlando is real.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. A 5-letter word for love. Prince Edward Island for the win.
Can you do me a favor? Can you reread the very first part of that Orlando thing? Because there was something that tipped me off. I'll tell you what it is.
In Orlando's urban jungle, fearless.
Right there. Orlando is not an urban jungle.
I know.
I mean, there's an urban section, but definitely not like the jungle of New York City or anything like that. It's definitely.
Okay, ready?
Oh, that's good.
Book A.
All right.
For 3 years, Wallflower Harris Lydia Hope Wallace has anonymously penned sedacious pamphlets, and for almost as long as she's corresponded with the reclusive Earl of Strakenach, when Arthur's latest letter reveals his dire financial straits, Lydia sets out for Scotland to offer him the only salvation she can think of, a marriage of convenience to herself.
All right, well, that's a book I've read.
Okay.
Whether it's these characters, I don't know, but it is a book that I've read.
Okay. Choice B. Called, I won't give you the names, but when fiery-spirited Eleanor, a poor village maiden, saves a wounded warrior in the woods, she doesn't expect him to be Alistair McRae, feared Highland laird and heir to a powerful clan. Drawn together by fate and forbidden passion, they navigate class divides, clan rivalries, and the secrets that threaten to tear them apart in a land of mist and honor.
Nice.
They're both real. I've read them. I just don't remember their names. All right, I think the first one's real.
I think the second one is real.
All right.
Okay, and the real book is Earl Crush. The first book is real.
Oh, the first book is real. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you said. All right. Earl Crush is real.
So if you want to read about whatever her name is, pick that book.
I thought. See, that threw me. I thought that was fake.
No.
All right. Very nice. These are fairly new, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The Wordle
They're all
one is
new.
definitely new.
All right.
I think,
Well, yeah. Look, this is new. This one's new, and this one's new. All right.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the names now. Okay. Coded for Love. Brilliant-regarded tech developer Ava Chen creates True Match, a revolutionary dating app that uses deep compatibility algorithms to find real connections. Determined to prove it works, she secretly joins under a fake name, never expecting to match with Ethan Reed, a charming data analyst with a heart as genuine as his profile. Okay. Then we have Second Tides the Charm. At first glance, Hope Evans just landed the perfect job spending the summer on a shark research boat. Except as every marine biologist knows, it's what's going on beneath the surface that counts. And Hope's new position comes with a big catch. The boat belongs to her ex-boyfriend, Adrian Hollis Parker.
All right,
I think the second one's real.
I think the first one's real.
Okay. And wait a second. Second time's the charm. Yes. That's the real one.
The boat one?
Yes.
The boat one.
I feel better.
Gracious.
Okay.
All right. The second one's a charm, right? Also,
Missing one. Not that it
second
matters.
time.
Okay. Here we go. We have Bones and Embers. When driven paleontologist Dr. Tessa Morgan travels to the Serengeti in search of a groundbreaking fossil discovery, she expects dust, danger, and long days in the sun. Not the infuriatingly charming safari guide, Luke, assigned to escort her team.
I wish I could be infuriatingly charming.
Yeah, Luke knows the land like the back of his hand, and Tessa's academic stubbornness clashes with his instinctive approach to nature. But as they trek deeper into the wild and mutual respect grows, so does the undeniable heat between them.
Okay.
Then we have Emily Walker hates having her carefully crafted world disrupted by anyone, most of all her legendary nemesis, Jake Bennett. He's the opposite of the wonderful hero she dreams up in her double life as a romance writer, which is why Emily was perfectly happy when Jake left Rome, Kentucky, mid-school year with his fiancée. The last thing Emily saw coming was Jack's return at the start of the summer after calling off the wedding and ending the relationship. But he's here to stay.
All right. Which one do you think, Nicole?
The first one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the first one. It's the right one.
It's the real one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The real one
Is
the one you both got wrong.
Oh.
Beg, borrow, or steal.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Now I think I have a future in romance.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Okay. So we have one called "So Into You." Okay. Artist Britt Branch has a successful online channel where she teaches a variety of art lessons. Obsessed with the 1970s, she has a style all of her own, but she also has a huge problem: severe social anxiety. She lives with her mom, and while she pays her own bills, she wonders if she'll ever have the courage to move out and move on. When her best friend announces she's getting married, Britt decides it's time to make a change. Okay, and then then we have then we have Off Keys on Heart. Rising K-pop star Ji-hoon is all charm, chaos, and raw talent. Everything that drives his new manager, Seo Mina, absolutely crazy. Tasked with keeping him on schedule and out of scandals, Mina's by-the-book approach clashes with Ji-hoon's rebellious spirit at every turn. But behind the glitz and fanfare, Ji-hoon's hiding doubts and Mina's hiding a heart that's harder to control than any calendar. As they navigate the high-stakes world of fame, from midnight rehearsals to whirlwind tours, their professional tensions turn into something far more personal.
I think the first one's real.
I guess I'm hoping the second one's real.
What is real? Well, it is... Wait, which one? Hold on. I have to look. I know. Wait, hold on. So Into You... about the socially awkward artiste.
Okay,
right, I got three. I'm 3 for 5.
You're
Well, there you go.
Of course. Why else would you not get it right?
So
I'm actually embarrassed. I should have got more right.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
These are. I love the covers.
Yes.
well, they're all very easy to spot.
Covers are very
These
nice.
friendly, and I wouldn't call
Look at
them
that.
all rom-coms. They're just new romance, right?
Very nice.
They're not comedies, all of them.
No, not all of them.
Yeah. So they're
But they usually have a light. These ones are...
like, what would you classify this genre as in the subgenre in romance?
Oh, it's like contemporary.
So yeah, contemporary romances will kind of have the same
Yeah.
bright
Nice.
colors.
Yeah.
Cool. Very good.
Yeah, and I'll be
That was fun.
writing those other books shortly. Look out for those.
Yeah, exactly.
We all want to know about what happens in the Serengeti.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Their
Sounds
fiery
like a good
paleontologist.
idea. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Very good.
I didn't want that one to be real.
Well, thank you, Sarah.
Yeah,
That's
please check
fun.
these all out
Yeah,
because
absolutely. We will. Can we put those in the show notes? Maybe?
Yeah, for
Yes, I'll
sure.
put them in the show notes for you.
I like
All
this
right,
one.
and that's a great cover, actually. And that does it for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you sticking with us. If you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, you can visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. Once again, if you are watching on YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe. And you know what? Email us. We haven't gotten any emails lately. Podcast@mcplibrary.org is a direct line to all of us. We all see it at the same time, and we will all respond to you in enthusiastic happiness and fervor.
Tell me how rich you are.
Yes.
How many
Would you
trips to
go?
space are you taking?
Yeah, I said, would you go to space with all those women? No, okay. Yes. So for Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.